Oh, excuse me. Hello, everybody. I am Christopher Tarantola. You are watching Cities Skylines. We're going to be playing some casual play, going back to Wallaby Island. I did play a little bit off screen yesterday, as well as doing about a 3.5 hour live stream. So, hey, Harley, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you again. Uh, Welcome back. As I was just saying, I did play a little bit of Wallaby Island off screen, so there'll be a couple of changes from the last time you saw it. But yeah, I just figured I'd get back on and just kind of tool around. Nothing crazy. I don't do a whole lot of "ooh, look at me, subscribe to me," all that stuff. I mean, go for it, do it if you want, and if you don't, that's okay too. So what's been going on with you? Hmm. You've been subbed since yesterday. I saw that you subscribed to me, which I thank you very much. I do thank you. Hopefully, hopefully you'll like what I uh, what I have to offer here. Um, are you only interested in the city skylines, or just gaming in general, or what interests you the most about it? If you don't mind me asking, if you don't want to answer these questions, I can shut up and just play. Um, let's take a look at what we got going on here. So it's looking pretty good. Not as busy as I thought that would be. Anything. Okay. Cool deal. Well, we still got a lot of traffic going on over here. And it's mostly because of this right here. Oy vey. I find that when my city gets to about 80 to 90,000, the traffic on the freeway really starts to become a problem. And you got to put in like an HOV lane. Or that's how I've sold it in the past. That's what I should say. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's really an HOV lane would be appropriate. I don't want to do a whole big divided highway. I like having the highway connected like this. But I did expand quite a bit. So we got a little bit of suburban sprawl going on here. I'm going to put a lot more suburban sprawl in this episode, I think. I do have this little ferry going, which it is actually being used too. So that's nice. We're still making money, though not nearly near as much as we had been. So that's something to be paying attention to. So let's see. That's making 35 grand, which means I'm spending over 30 grand above and beyond what I would normally be able to bring in. So maybe we do a little bit of what you were saying. I don't know. It certainly starts stressing out this the cargo hub and the cargo harbor if I started doing some industry. And really, there's only two industries that I can do on this island, which would be farming and or wood, lumbering, or timberling. I don't know which you would call it. So, how else can I create a money driver? Where's my budget going to? Got everything on 12, so I'm taxing the crap out of people. Got a lot of power, a lot on garbage, and a lot on a unique building. That's probably, honestly, that's probably my biggest problem. I probably just need to have more zoned and less of this stuff and more of this stuff. So, you know what? We're just gonna zone the crap out of this island today, I think. So I'm gonna be low density. I think I'm gonna leave what's high density there, but I'm not gonna really add to it. I think I'm gonna make everything else low density, with the exception of maybe adding some more offices. I did add this high-tech little office area over here. It's really not what I wanted though. I kind of want this over here, and then, you know, like this over there. So, yeah, I'm still learning to play the game a little bit. You always constantly learning, constantly learning. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm just gonna go with suburban streets here. I thought I had. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Here, I'm gonna mess with my settings a little bit. I'm sorry, guy. Let us see here. My sound settings aren't where I want them to be. I thought I had set this up to be internal. But yet it's coming through my speaker. Alright, well, as long as you can still hear me, we're just going to keep going. Alright, so what are we going to do with the end here? I think, first of all, we want to have a nice quay. I don't want to bum rush this. I almost have like the inclination to bum rush it, but I shouldn't. Let's take off all this stuff. Start it underneath the road there. Alright, and pull it around here. Give it a little bit of waviness. Follow the curve there. I think I'm going to leave it mostly like that, I think. I do want to adjust this. Bring that down. So there's quite a bit of waviness here, so let's just even this out. We're going to terraform a little bit, so to speak. Alright, so I'm just selecting all of the nodes here on the wall, holding down shift to do so. Obviously using the move it mod. Oh, it's turning to night. I need to fix that. I hardly ever play with the night cycle on because it's too dark for me to play. You know, if I was role playing, if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, okay, it makes sense, and I like being able to see things at night, so I like that they have that feature in the game. But I'm always tinkering or building or doing something. I'm never just sitting here watching it, so I don't know. It's just not my style. I'd rather. Alright. Let's take everything and make it the same as that one. Let's see how that looks. That look alright? I don't know. Let's lower it down. Let's lower all of it down. Hopefully it doesn't flood there. Seems like it would. Seems like it needs to be up a little bit. Okay. So there's all that. Then I need to adjust this. I was hearing a banging noise. My neighbor's getting a new roof right now. I was wondering what it was. Makes sense now. I thought it was my dog getting into something. I was like, what is that noise? We'll bring this down as well. Alright, and then we're going to go and we're just going to smooth things out. Just smooth it all out. Alright. And then I'm going to lower this down so that the wall actually has purpose. I'm going to create some waves, but that's okay. Oops. Wrong way. Whoops, again. Are we having fun yet? Oh, I'm sorry, Harley. I didn't see you asked me, do I play Red Dead 2? I've never played Red Dead. I think I may have loaded up Red Dead Redemption once. I don't remember which one it was, whether it was the first one or second one or what have you. So I don't play that too often. And by too often, I don't really ever play that. It seems like I got my wall too low, huh? Yeah, my wall's too low. It's flooding. Well, what's going on with all this? So it's from my, let's speed things up. Let's see if it's just about speed. It's not flooding elsewhere, is it? Everywhere else it seems to be fine. But you do got these big waves going out from when I changed everything over here. I think it'll be fine. I think it just needed some time to readjust. Okay, so let's go start building our roads out. Yeah, so I used to play a lot more, many more first-person shooters than I do now. And I think the main reason for this is I don't enjoy first-person shooters the way I used to because of the I've lived a lot of life since I was since like Halo 1 and 2. I was big into Halo. I was one of the first people. When I say one of the first people, I mean one of the first people to play Halo 2 online. I got that game. I was like the second person in my city to actually get it, and I was one of the better players. I can remember when before Halo 2 had a lot of cheating, let alone when cheating was very pervasive. So this is clearly getting all flooded. Okay, I'm gonna have to raise it up or put it too low. I'm gonna try the marquee selection, might be easier. And obviously I remember the times when it would just be nothing but every game you'd get somebody that was cheating. I remember one game we were playing a team that basically they would shoot rocket launchers out of their guns. Like they would have the battle rifle. This was before the battle rifle, so it was just like an assault rifle. They'd have the assault rifle, and the bullets were just rocket launchers, or rockets from a rocket launcher. So you had no chance because all they had to do was just spray in your general direction, and you were gone. The balancing wasn't there the way it is nowadays, and it was different, and I had a lot of fun with it back in the day, but I just don't play first-person shooters anymore because nowadays I think it doesn't relax me. Like what I'm doing right now, doesn't matter how quickly I do it. Doesn't matter that I screwed up just now. No, I screwed up just now. No big deal. I'll fix it. It's just kind of take it easy. No big deal. Just play at your own pace kind of thing. And that's more what I'm looking for nowadays. I got a kid, I got a wife, I got responsibilities. I don't want to feel frustrated at my gaming experience. I want to be able to just go and play and have fun. And also it scratches that creative itch, which Halo had that actually, or has that with the ability to I forget what they called it, but to edit the maps, make your own maps, which was also fun. You know what? I believe you. I am not talking ill of any first person shooters or Red Dead specifically. Again, I've actually not played it, so I couldn't really say much about it one way or the other. But it's just one of those things where it's not been the kind of thing that I've been looking to play. And that's okay, right? We don't always have to all like the same exact things. Alright. Oh, that's not doing what I want it to do. Let's just make it even about right there. There we go. Make it just a wee bit larger. Yeah, but I do remember one of my favorite memories was before Halo 2 was even announced. It was probably 2003. Oh, Halo 2 would have been announced by then, I guess. Came out in '04. But it was 2003, and we'd get our big CRT monitors that were like this big and that thick as well, and heavy as hell. And we'd get four of them, and we'd bring them into the commons room, and we'd have 20, maybe 25 people all gather around and take turns playing. We'd have four Xboxes with the big old controllers that you could never fit your hands around because they were made for giants or something like that. And we'd play a tournament. It was very informal. We would just play, but there's something better about that than any modern experience, in my opinion, because any online experience, I should say, because you can still play that way. But the nice thing about it was, if you were shit talking, you could shit talk to the person, and you could look them in the face, and you couldn't just call them a noob if they really weren't, because they'd shoot you a look, especially if the guy was bigger than you or something, right? And also, some of the times that we would win is we would make each other laugh, and so if we were making you laugh, you couldn't play as well, right? And that was actually like half the fun, was just trying to make each other laugh and therefore not play as well. So it wasn't about who was better at the game. It was about, having fun with your friends. So you'd be going around playing and be like, "Don't shoot me, I'm pregnant," or something crazy like that. And to me, that was the height of what those games could be. Okay. Yeah, looks decent. Okay. Kind of have this meander through. And I'm not even thinking too much about what I'm doing. I'm just kind of laying some roads out, throwing down some stuff. I don't know, I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like, okay, this city is so big, I just want to, like, finish the island. Like, I'm not trying to go through a certain goal. I just want to make the island finished. You know what I mean? But I do want it to be finished. I want it to look good when it's done. And I'm sure there will be some issues that will come up that I'll have to deal with, and that's actually I like it when that happens, because that gives me something to do and it's fun. All right. I don't know how much I want to do that. Let's do it like this. So did you check out Endgame yet, Harley? I won't do any spoilers on this thing, don't worry. But, did you see it? Oh, are you into that kind of thing at all? Oh, your classmates spoil it. Oh, screw them. Well, do me the favor and everybody else that's watching, don't spoil it for anybody that may be watching. Just because they're not here in the chat room with you and me right now. There are a couple other people with you right now that are watching this that don't probably or may not want to be spoiled, and there are people that will watch this afterwards. So we're not going to spoil anything here, but that kind of sucks that they spoiled it for you. So that's it's as much for the other people as it would be for you. But that kind of sucks. Ugh. It was a good movie, I'll tell you that much. I enjoyed it. If you've been watching the MCU at all, and me and my wife and my son, we've watched every single movie at this point. If you do that, it really did pay off a lot, and even for somebody like we take my mother-in-law, and she has dementia, so she has seen a lot of the movies. I wouldn't say she's seen all of them. I have no idea, truly, but I know she's seen a lot of, particularly the more recent ones, because half the time what we do is we just take her out to a movie, but she can't follow the story the way anybody else does. So it's like every time she watches a movie, it's for the first time, which actually sometimes nice for her. But we could watch The Sixth Sense 20 times, and she'd be like, "Oh, he dies? He was dead the whole time? What?" Okay, that was a spoiler. Sorry, but it's that movie's been out for I don't know, like 2 decades. So come on. But anyway, yeah. So she it's like watching it for the first time for her every time. But she still really enjoys going out. And I think she just enjoys, honestly, hanging out with us. And it was funny, the other day my mother, she doesn't have any, she doesn't live in the same city as us, so we don't see her that often. And we were visiting the city she lives in, and it was the weekend before Avengers came out, and we're driving down to the city she lives in, and she texts me and goes, "Hey, my friend is going to take his son to go see Adventures Endgame. You want to go see it?" And I sat there and I was in the middle of a gas station. I couldn't help but just bust out laughing in the middle of this gas station, because when she said Adventures, she meant Adventures, not Avengers. And she was saying that with a straight face, and it was funny. You had to be there. I'm just throwing in. This is one of my favorite assets here. It's a crematorium and funeral home. I still don't. I don't know if there's a way to show all the stuff. There's no way to show it here. I guess I could. Oh, there you go. By Populous. So, by Populous. It's one of my favorite assets. It makes it to where it's kind of a cheat in that it has like 100 hearses, and it holds 10,000 dead bodies, and it's basically a crematorium too. So it's unlimited, but it really just makes it to where I have maybe like 3 of those in this whole city, and this whole city of over 100,000 people are being serviced by like 3 of them. So makes it work just better. Let's look at our education: elementary, high school, university. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on our elementary here, which makes sense. There's nothing in all of the suburbia, so we probably could put 2 of those in here somewhere. Put one right there, and we'll stick one like right here. And then we'll have a high school. There we go. And university population. I'm surprised. I have 2 different universities. I got the fancy one, I got the regular one over here. And there's still more need, so I'll throw another one down. I used to have a lot more assets than I do now, just because they started bogging down. It was becoming problematic, and I started fresh, and I took out most of the assets that I had because it was just too much, and it was hard to curate, and I was just kind of done with it all. And but I used to have this series of assets, really, where you basically build piecemeal your own university. It was really nice, and I'm sure it's still there. I just don't have it anymore. I'm not subscribed to it anymore. Okay, there's that. Education. I'm trying to go through all the things. We need to maybe make sure there's a bus line. So I do have a bus line that kind of goes through. Actually, there's a second one there too. And there's just a third little quick one that goes from here to the other bus lines. I wonder if we want to extend the monorail at all. Might as well, shan't we? Okay, so let us first start off with the monorail station. I wonder if we could take it off the main road there. At this point, I don't see why we would, though. Let's do a monorail station. I wonder if we want to, like, turn the corner here and then turn the corner here. Have the monorail station, like, be right over here. Right in the center. Why is that one building highlighted? I don't understand. It's not a public transportation. It's a post office. Okay, I guess it's technically public transportation. It's kind of a weird place to put it. Why wouldn't you put that way to industry or someplace else? I don't know why. Okay, but that makes sense as to why it's highlighted. Okay, so let's go to figure out where we're going to put this. I'm going to pause the game. And I think I'm going to stick it like right here in the middle. This will be the end. The end game. I don't like how you have to delete and all this stuff. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't make it to where it could just plop on top of your existing road. I think that would have been better. But that's just me. I did get a larger monorail, and I might need to be using that. I downloaded that asset since the last time I played this game. I'm going to have to take out all these traffic lights. Actually, I'm going to leave them. Excuse me. Because they're all there. It's suburban, so the traffic's not bad. And if I see that it's causing traffic issues later, I will. Everybody's unhappy. It's got a loud monorail going right next to their office, or right next to their apartment building. I would be unhappy too, I imagine. Alright, so extended the line there. And what we can do is we can take this one, drag it, click it and drag it. There we go. Alright, there we go. And there we go. I think that did it. Let that continue. Turn it back on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at all the street lights I probably need to have removed. I don't know if I've done it for these or not. Looks like I have. Check up here though. So let's take that one out. Said I was gonna leave them and then I promptly take them out. Sorry. I lied. Deal with it. All right. So that's all done. Let's see here. Is this being used? It would appear that it is. Good. All right. You know, I would bet you if I didn't have all the public transportation, I'd actually be making more money because I'd be spending less money on transportation, but also people would be more inclined to use my big walking park here. A lot of people still use it, but not nearly as many, I bet you, as if there was no public transportation. Um, honestly, well, Park Life, I do like Park Life, the addition of that DLC. It does kind of break the balance of the game a little bit, in that, you know, you make a lot of money off of stuff that, you know, should be free. Like, you know, I like that you can charge money to, like, go to an amusement park. That makes some sense, but just for a regular park like this, like, for me to build this and that people use it so readily, and pay to do so, it just doesn't, like, pay $20 just to walk across the park. I I would laugh in your face and I would march my happy butt to the around all the way around. I go all the way around the freaking island on a little dinky boat before I'd pay you $20 to walk across the park. So not as really, you know, not everything is perfect, but I think it's kind of funny. All right, so that has pretty much built out, uh, raised my population quite a bit actually. Um, I think I'm gonna hold off on doing that half and maybe like start thinking about what am I gonna do here in the interior. So my original thought was that I was gonna have this park here. Speaking of the park, extend out and maybe come around, or maybe extend out and come around on this side of it to this little lightning point town that I created. Um, I don't know. I might leave some of this kind of open, and you know, I think last time you were saying, you know, do like a nature preserve or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. You know, there can be a scenario that you could imagine in your head where, you know, like this side of the freeway is kind of banned. Any development was banned from this side to help maintain the ecological aspect of this mountain, or not this mountain, this island. Um, you know, there's lightning point started off way earlier, so it was there, but it's limited in size because they said that you couldn't have any development beyond that. Something like that. I don't know. I'm making this shit up as I go. Alright, that's empty, so we can turn that off. My frame rate is so low right now. I have it on level 3. It looks like level 1. Level 1 is a little bit slower. It ain't really that much slower. It's funny. Let's see, what does the stat say over here? Yeah, so I'm sending it online at 60 frames a second, but I don't know. All right, I think I'm going to create a cinematic fly through. You know, and you know, at some point I was thinking I might develop these two islands as well, or at least a little bit. That it might be fun. I think I'm going to focus on that. Heck yeah. I'm going to call this island quote unquote done for now. I'm not going to develop it anymore. I was going to like just blanket it with urban sprawl like this, but I think what I want to do is I want to create like little towns on these islands here. I'm going to start on the smaller one. I'm not going to make a zoo, man. I don't like making the zoo because it's just plopping down different things. No, it's a pain in the ass. I'm not doing it. Zoo Island. If they had dinosaurs, I would do it, and we could do Island Nubar. I'm not doing it though, no. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be afraid. Ferry stop. Dinosaurs, yes. Yes. What is that? It's a harbor. Alright, and at that stop we can actually delete this. I can't delete that apparently though. Kind of random. Glitch, found it. Alright, so this is going to be independent, so it's going to need its own power, its own water, its own everything. It's just got some little bush stuff on it. That's the only thing. There's no trees, nothing. Wonder how is the fertility? Let's take this, make it big, and just take off all this brush. Really focus it on fertile. I got the ability to do this, so might as well. All right, so make it all super fertile. Super fertile. Super. I'm gonna also do this. Whether you want to say, well, in what really happened is they came and they did this after the fact. Can we take that off? Thank you. Kind of make this a little bit easier. Smooth it out. It's kind of wrinkly. All right. So we got this island. I hate that I can't change this road. I would totally change that road if I could. Just a 2-lane road. Nothing special about it. I hate it. Okay, what am I gonna do though? I'm gonna attach an avenue here to one end of it. The avenue is gonna come out. I don't know. I guess it could go up here, but then you could turn it and then go straight through to here. Bam. Oh, it's all 4 meters. I don't like that. Oh, I hate that. I hate it when the game does that. I hate it. Okay, let's do that again. But this time we're just gonna press home first. There we go. So that's kind of like my main backbone. And have another one from like right here, I think. go. Just like that. Alright, great. So now we can create some secondary roads. So those are my primaries. They're not quite freeways, but they're going to be as close to a freeway as you're going to get on this island. It's too small to have an actual freeway, right? So go and I would say let us. Yeah, it'd be right here. Okay. Let's go 90 off of that. Let's see. This will go perfect as now my new waterfront road. Perfect. And you go back to this guy here and back it off a little bit and then bring it in. Just like that. I can work on those heights a little bit too. I think I will. I guess, you know, if I was doing this, and I am, we'd also go ahead and bring that all the way through. Might as well. Makes sense to me. Alright, okay. So they're going to need a little trash thing. And I wonder if we could do... So I have green cities, but I wonder what happened to the little... Wasn't there like an eco incineration plant? What happened to that thing? Let's do a search for it. Eco... Let's just do this one. That's it. That's all we got. Wonder what happened to that other one. So, what corner of the island is going to be like the dirty corner? What's going to be the dirty corner? This is the side that everybody sees, so I think we put it on the back side, just like this is kind of on the back side. Put it like over here somewhere. Okay, so we have just like a straight plain road. And let's go where we're going to put this thing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a bit of a grid. I wonder if I have to, suppose I can stick one of those in there. Kind of just don't want to, but I'm going to do that. That ought to be more than enough to service this whole island for indefinitely. Okay, and then power. What are we going to do for power? Because I don't know that we would do a whole solar updraft. Geothermal has 80 megawatts. That's 240. That's 480. That makes some sense that you would do that. So I'll stick that here. There we go. And that ought to hopefully be enough for the entire island here. And I wonder if I should either lay a pipe to connect to that island. I think that's what I'm going to do for the water. See, I already have a pipe. It's going to the mainland there, so I'm just going to pull off of that pipe, and we'll cover this whole island. I think it makes sense to go this direction here. So we're just going to do that. The tedious parts. The tedious parts. Alright, water is covered. Okay. So, what next? I think we're going to have to put our own little bus depot in. We will have like a little bus system going. But it'll be very limited besides that, so a little bus depot. We can stick that like right there. Okay. Go back to our roads here. Okay. Let's do that. Create us a nice little grid going here. I think we will turn on road guidelines just for the moment. There we go. that. Have you placed unique factories or something? Are you talking about from cities, from the Industries DLC? Yeah, so I've not done it in this city. I've done it before. It's not honestly my favorite. Um, it is cool to have those assets. Uh, yeah, so no, like if you go here and you go to lay out um, all these different things, these are from the Industries DLC. All of these, and the reason they're not my favorite is I love the concept, but I use certain mods, and it's not compatible with those mods, or at least it glitches very much with those mods. And the benefit of the DLC does not justify removing those mods, and for me, so that's why I don't like it as much, and that's why I don't use it, because I'll have these really cool looking buildings, but they'll create a lot of traffic, but they won't actually produce the income that they're supposed to produce, and so it doesn't work right. And so I tend not to use it. If it worked right, I'd be all over it. I do like the concept. It's just, yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna just start off with that. It's gonna be just a wee bit of commercial, like on this portion. Hey, no, don't be sorry, man. You're good. Everything I do is because I like it or don't like it, and there's not a rhyme or reason to it, and it's not like what I have to say is the way it has to be. It's just the way I do it. So no worries at all. There we go. And throw all that in there. So, if you're watching me to learn how to play this game, this may or may not be the way to go for you, because, like, the way I'm doing this, I'm using a lot of cheats, and this is not me trying to do like a how-to series. This is just me playing just for fun. And it's not necessarily the best way to play the game, as far as maximizing efficiency and like I would be losing money horribly, and it's not as realistic as it could be. But that's just something to keep in mind when you're watching me on this casual play. Is just that it's just me casually playing. That's cool. All right. So we got a little island. We need to come up with a name for the second island here. So I'm going to highlight everything here. Hickory Square is not an appropriate name, no. All right. There you go, buddy. There you go. Be like that guy from Braveheart. This is my island. It's my island. Your island. Yeah, my island. Okay, so one thing I am worried about that I might need to address is... Come on down, buddy. They'll treat you special. Is I think I might need to put an industrial port on this thing. It's way overkill for this island. I wonder. I just don't want the commercial to be like, oh, I need goods. I don't have goods, and I don't, because I'm not putting any in. I'm putting 0 industry on Harley Island here, so I'm hoping that the industry that's on here is able to use the ferry to get here, because otherwise we got a problem. Oh, you know what I think I need to do? No, I did that. I made this a ferry stop, so that works. So, but what I might need to do is, well, it's paused. Let's have it play. Let's see here. Let's look at our ferries here. Only 33 per week. Let's look at this one. Which one is this one? Okay, so I'm going to rename that to Mainland. And this one is going to be okay. So on this one here, Mainland, yes. On this one, we probably want to go ahead and increase the number of... We'll do it to 6. Increase the number of ferries to 6. So right now it's at 1, and that's just not going to cut it, I don't think, now that we have this thing, and people are going to want to commute from here to the mainland and back. And then we'll go ahead and put in a bus line here. Kind of have it go throughout. Just finish it off there. And of course, we'll need an elementary school here. And there we go. And a high school. So it's going to be Harley High School. Harley Elementary School. I mean, once you get the name of your island, it all just goes downhill from there, right? HPD. Alright. Let's stick a park here. Actually, I do more of like a crazy laugh than an evil laugh. I guess it could kind of be both, but... Yes, yes. But my son doesn't like it. It actually scares him. He's still too young. He gets scared. Well, let's turn off all these traffic lights. That's one thing I don't. Whenever you have the avenues, they automatically turn on the traffic lights, and it's unnecessary. Just no. Especially as poorly as the traffic lights can sometimes work in this game. See, there's no traffic on this thing at all anyway. There's practically nobody living here, I think. Let's see. So we have a population of 3,670 people, most of which are children. Actually, most of which are adults, and then a large portion of which are children. You have an average zone of 1 and an average zone of 1 there, which is not surprising. They're not really. And the land value is on average $77 per square meter. Or if you go to the main land here, and it's not one big district, so it's not going to be quite the same. The average land value for the entire city, and that's anything in the city limits, is $90 per meter squared. So 77 comparatively is low. But you can see bright green is where there's high land value. The blue / white is where there's low land value. And there's some decent land value here, but it's not as big as it could be. And you got all this empty land that's also bringing that down. So there's that. That is scary. Talking about my laugh back here. Sorry, bro. I won't do it again. Maybe one day if I'm in a movie. Just adjusting this bridge a little bit for aesthetics and for function. Doesn't need to have a ferry go under it, but you would have a little bit of a height difference there. I don't know, maybe that's a bit too much. I think that's enough. Okay, you're hired. That's all I needed to do, huh? I mean, if it was like a Halloween movie or like a Halloween haunted house gig, you know, it might actually just be the ticket. Might actually get me the job, right? All right, so now I got that. That looks kind of cool. I kind of like that it's not the whole island, the whole island. So let's yeah, let's do that one. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. Do a little bit of a pine tree. Do that gum tree, whatever. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. We'll just throw it down. Put a forest on this part of the island. We'll delete this, I think, for now. Really forced it up. looks so cool. Those are some good assets, I gotta say. All right. Alright, I'm going to make a cinematic because you know what? I want to. Alright, so I'm going to sort of kind of tutorialize this for those that may want to know how to do this. So I'm just going to press C. Otherwise, you could push the button down there. And it brings up the cinematic camera extended. Now, you could save or load different things. So for one of my cities, I had a Costco district. When I do the Discover, whenever I'm going to be going back and doing Team 3's turn for the Discover multiplayer map, I have this one segment that I can... And so I could load that up, and I'm just going to put it on time 16. And I could... I'll put this at like 40. And I could play that, and so if I was in the Discover map, this would be where this is the same coordinates for this map that it would be in that map. So it looks kind of funny in here because I'm just over open water, but in that map it makes sense based on where I'm actually at. So there's a road that like you're following along, and you know it makes sense there. And now we're stuck with it. That's one thing about this map, or this mod, I should say, that I don't like. Once you start the cinematic, you can't stop it. So if you have a really long cinematic and you're like, oh, I just want to change that one thing, well, you can't until it's over. There's nothing you can do. And so we're kind of stuck. This actually, it's not looking too bad for this map so far. You see all those skyscrapers. But it's not done exactly right because, right, we're looking at open water and we're kind of like highlighting open water instead of the island. But again, this sequence was designed for a whole different city and a whole different map. But you can load it from one from one map to another, and you can, once you've created it, save it just like I did with this, what we're looking at now. And got a great view of that shipping lane right now. But hopefully it'll be done in a little bit. Once you see it kind of zoom all the way out. There we go. And so oh, object not synced. Okay. Hopefully that's not a big deal. But and so you can save and load a bunch of different things. Right, and so I'm going to close all of that out. I'm just going to delete everything. Creating more work than I need to just to explain it to you guys, but oh well. Alright, so the way this works is you can change the field of view. You can change the speed at which it plays. Frames per second, all this stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to... And it also lets you go outside of the boundaries of the map, as you can see. Like, I'm well outside the boundaries of the city here. So, how would I start this off? I think I would start it off from the mainland. I think I want to look down and I want to kind of reveal it slowly. We're going to start off looking like right here. Something like that. And so when I got my view where I want it, I just click the plus sign and it adds a node in there. Now, if I want to change how long it stays from this node to the next node, then I just go in here and in seconds I type in the number up to 99. Now, I noticed that when you hover over this, you can move the mouse wheel and you can make it bigger than 99. But if I wanted to type it in, say like 200, it won't let me do that. For whatever reason, it only lets you type in 2 at a time, even though it'll let you have 3 at a time. So, I don't know. It's just one of the things. So there we go. We got 99. Control A. 99. All right. And then you move to the next point that you want it to go, and it will interpolate between the two and make like a straight line, so to speak, and also pan the camera appropriately. And so I can then highlight that and make that 99. Okay. And then you gotta push enter. There we go. Try to keep it facing this way so you're not revealing it too quickly. All right. Lost the track. Where'd it go? Yeah, so I am fully aware of that capability as well. It's just not what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to read the tooltip here. Yeah, so that helps you move along. See what it'll look like. It starts off here, goes to there, keeps going. Oh, you do get a glimpse of it there. Kind of don't like that, but oh well. Alright. So we'll add this right here. And, you know, I can get all the way up in here. But it makes it a little blurry, so. Oh, I'm excited about this. This is gonna look good. Let's see what it looks like. Just a quick preview. Go right through it. That's what I was wanting. Okay. So we're going to do this at 16 speed for now. And I'm actually going to go to my other deal over here and start recording this. And then hit play. And just let it play out. It's actually moving kind of quickly because it's on 16 times. So it's not super clear, but I just want to kind of do a run through of it first before I... And then here we go, off in our journey. Just looking at water for right now. But then we look up. Like, oh, there's another island. Okay. Let's get in on this island, see what's going on here. And oh my goodness, there's that other island over there. Oh, we're going through some trees. I kind of don't like that. Need to work on that. That's a really cool shot. A little abrupt change of direction there. Kind of go in. A little funkiness on the change of direction there. This is all good though. This is all looking great to me. Really showing off the city. Okay, so we do have a little bit of work to do here on this section coming up right here. So, is that, which point is that? I don't know. Let's call it 0.5, 0.6, okay, 0.7. So between 0.6 and 0.7 I need another one. So 0.7. I'll have to recapture the camera position for 0.7. Get like right here. Let's go to 0.5. See how it goes. Okay, what's 0.8? 7, 8, 9. Let's make 0.8. this. So go back up to 5. That's going to be better. Okay. Oh, we do want to leave that on auto. So it was 0.10. It's 0.9. 10 and then 11. So I think 0.10 needs to be zoomed out just a bit. Let's recapture it. 11. Can zoom out just a bit and recapture it. See how that does. I think that'll be smoother. Alright, let's play it again. Kind of nice seeing the ferries this time around. Still a little funky there, but I don't know if I can fix that beyond what I got. Alright, I think it's good to go. So now I'm going to turn off the webcam. This time, do it at just double speed. Well, that's why they call it the cinematic camera, Harley. It does look like a movie because it's supposed to be a cinematic, right? Just like a movie. Oh, come on, man. Don't be so hard on yourself. All right, great view of that dump, the trash dump. I don't know. This might be the actual start of the movie when I finally edit it out. So the thing is it's going slow. Whenever I play it back, when I bring it into the editor, what I'll do is I'll speed it up a little bit, put some music behind it, and it just does magic. The only thing I wish I could do is I wish we could really just sharpen up the textures and everything, make it more photorealistic, because it does still look a little cartoony. I know that people have LODs and stuff like that, and I guess if I took the time I could do that, but it would be nice for just these scenes to do so, and not for when you're playing the whole game. We had a couple tornadoes in my area last night, uh, just about 5 or 6 miles south and east of me. We had two confirmed tornadoes and possibly three or four, because at some point I did stop paying attention. So I hear you, bro. Good thing, to my knowledge, there was no life lost. A couple power lines down. That's about it, because it was out in some farm fields. Hi, police station.